Hi, I'm Jackie. If you're a little bit older or a beginner or quite stiff, this is a good practice for you. It's just under 45 minutes. You're going to work on your whole body. It's lots of loosening, lots of oiling up all around the joints that get stiff. The older we get, the more we need it. And there's a bit of strength work as well. And at the end, some deep relaxation, a little bit of breath work. And you're mentally going to feel amazing. And the echo of the practice will last up to 24 hours, so you should feel good for at least the next 24 hours. Actually, in your muscles, you might feel it for 48 hours. So I hope you can commit the time and take responsibility for your own health. Self-care equals healthcare. You do need a solid chair and some kind of strap or a belt. Start off just connecting into your body with good posture, lifting through your chest, reaching through the crown of your head. Make sure your head isn't forward because it puts more downward pressure through your discs, and also it restricts breathing freely. So keep your chest lifted. Keep your heavy head in the right place on top of the spine. Your neck muscles are also more relaxed when your head is in the right place and there's more blood flow to your brain. Try to have alignment through the feet, not one foot doing something different to the other foot. So if we can be as balanced as we can be around our joints, then we're slowing down joint aging or degenerative changes. So being as balanced as we can be is a good thing to do most of the time, when we're standing, when we're walking. Feel your breath. Mainly try to breathe in and out through your nose in yoga, in everyday life. Nice relaxed belly, you're not lifting a weight right now. So your diaphragm can move freely when you breathe in and out. Enjoy where you're at. Today, you're not going to be younger than you are today. We're going to start moving our body, starting with, if you can, one ankle and both wrists, but you could also do one ankle and one wrist if you need to have your hand on the wall for balance. And in the other direction, try to go slowly because you get more range of movement. So you get a little bit more into the sticky, stiffer spots, the nooks and crannies of your joints. And then swapping your ankle and doing the other wrist or both wrists. One direction, oiling up. The older we get, the more we need it. Other direction, keeping that lift through the chest, shoulders down. Just flowing breath, conscious breath. Good. The next one is bend your knees, straighten your knees, heels up, heels down. Bend, straighten, heels up. If you're a beginner, you might need your hands on the wall to get your balance there. So start where you need to start. So if you need the wall, start at the wall, but then after a while, try taking your hands off the wall. Good. And then also you might need one hand on the wall for this one. Circle your hip one way, but you might have progressed to be able to balance in the middle of the room if you've done a bit more yoga. Other direction. If anything hurts, just don't go into, you can do, everything can be easier, like a smaller range of movement. That's fine. Don't, and then the other hip, circle one way. So don't go into the pain. So try to avoid pain, but you're still pushing your muscles. And then the other direction. And then both hips together, circling one way. Very good for your back and your hip joints here, and then the other way. Especially if you get stiff, which we all do as we get older. Nothing wrong with that. Movement is medicine. Motion is lotion. We're going to get into our spinal joints now. So we're going to round out like this, flexing our spine. Squeeze your belly and extend. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Gently arch. Flex. I'm showing you side on so you can see what I'm doing. Extend. It's like a standing cat-cow. If you know yoga, you'll know cat-cow. So it's opening the front, opening the back of the spinal joints. Really stimulating blood flow as well as lymph and gut. Because as we get older, the bad news is blood flow, lymph flow, which is the sewage system, and your gut flow gets a bit more stagnant. So we're stimulating those things to be not stagnant. Keep everything moving. It's not just all about tight muscles. Next one is lateral flexion. So just reaching one arm up, reaching the other arm up. Feeling a side stretch, and make sure if you are tall, I see a lot of people, not just tall people, so don't do it like that. You do it like this. So have someone check or look in the mirror that you're not straining your lower back. So it's actually lateral flexion. It's not arching, it's not extension. Just side to side. So no pressure in the lower back at all. And this one is a lovely Qigong exercise, which is working on a spinal rotation. I love it. It's just very relaxing, and you just have floppy arms. The arms just really relaxed. Your feet can move around a little bit. And try to also not have your head forward here, because I see a lot of my students do have their head forward a lot of the time. So keep lifting through the crown of the head, reaching through the crown of the head, lifting through your chest. This is another great Qigong exercise, which I really enjoy. It's arm swings like this. Inhale and then exhale, exhale. Like that. Inhale. Lengthen your belly, squeeze your belly. Try to really let your arms go nice and loose, as though you're trying to get your arms off your body. Squeeze your belly. Bounce, bounce your knees. Exhale, exhale, inhale. One more. And then shoulders circle one way. And then the other way. And then the neck, look over one shoulder, look straight ahead. Look over your other shoulder, look straight ahead. Make sure your head's not forward, take your head back. Most of the time we all need to lift our chest, take our head back, and then lift through one ear, center. Lift through your other ear, center. Looking up gently. Look straight ahead. Looking down. Okay, and then sort of move your whole body in a unique way, a way that your whole body has never moved before. Be a little bit intuitive, a bit creative, random. And it's also good for your brain to move in a different way. If you only had 2 minutes a day to exercise, the best thing would be to put on some music and move. Great. Back to good posture, and even what you've done just then is really good. Just if you did that every day, that's going to really mobilize and get that blood flow going. So the next one is put your hands on a window ledge or the back of a chair, the kitchen bench, the wall. So it could be like that. Here's the window ledge. I'm using the chair today. Have your hands pretty high. And then just so you're feeling it in your shoulders a bit. And then you're just trying to reach the sitting bones or your bottom back and your head forward. If you're at the wall, make sure one hand didn't slide a little bit lower. Try to keep your alignment through your hands and feet as much as you can, being balanced in the right and left side. See if you can get a bit more length. This is a great one to do throughout the day as well, to break up sitting, because sitting, makes the disc thin out. It speeds up aging in your spine, your disc, but also blood flow, lymph flow, gut flow stagnating, especially blood flow to the brain. And we all want to slow down aging. So break up sitting. You can sit, but just break it up. Very good. Okay, the next one is working on balance. So if you need to be near a wall, that's fine. Put one foot on the seat of your chair, like this. Put your left foot up first, and then if you need the wall, what you do is have your chair next to the wall, so you'd have one hand on the wall, but then you progress to you can stay in the middle of the room. Get your balance, and then clasp your elbows behind you, so your shoulders pull down, and then pull your shoulders back. If you're very flexible, most people aren't, but if you are, you could put your hands in reverse prayer and then lift your chest and then inhale and exhale. Just stretch forward a little bit. Some people go a bit further, just take it to your edge, just so you can feel a stretch. As long as you're feeling a stretch and a few muscles working, you'll get all the benefits. And remember, the most important instruction is try to make it feel good. Try to enjoy moving your body. Enjoy yoga and how you feel. Trying to feel as good as we can feel every day. One more breath in this stretch and a balanced pose as well. If you're right forward, squeeze your belly and move from the core to lift your body out of the pose. And then standing with your feet together and your arms beside you. Really lift through your chest, shoulders down, and then the other side. So putting your right foot up, and you might make sure it's safe for you. You might have to be near the wall. And then either clasp your elbows the less natural way, looks the same, but just slightly less natural, or reverse prayer, shoulders pulled down and back, chest lifting, inhale, exhale, stretch forward. But some people don't need to go very far to get the stretch. Try not to round out too much. Just keeping your breath flowing, mainly in and out through the nose. Trying to spread the toes as well. Squeeze up the muscles above your knees. And then one more breath here. Firm through your core to come out of the pose. Really good. We're going to bring our left leg up, but with the knee bent like this. And then inhale, exhale, turn to the left. Looking over your left shoulder, so work on spinal rotation. Very important to work on that, because we're losing that natural flexibility as we get older, and we want to maintain it. So it's use it or lose it with flexibility equal to strength and fitness and balance. And obviously weight bearing to the right leg gently. Connected to the body and the breath. Final exhalation, next exhalation. And then back to centre, standing down into both feet. And then make sure you feel stable and it's safe. Putting your right leg up and then turning to the right. Actively move the tops of the shoulders down away from your ears because they tend to creep up and we need to really move them down. It's not happening on its own. Actively reach through the crown of the head, lift the chest, gazing towards the wall behind you. Don't worry if you can't see it, but we're trying to get that twist, that flexibility into our spine and our shoulders and our neck, the top of the spine. Final exhalation, next exhalation. And then centering up, standing with good posture again. You could have your feet together, traditional yoga, or your feet a little bit apart. The next one, if you know up dog, down dog, you could do that on the floor, on your yoga mat, if you have a yoga mat. But if you want to make it easier on your wrists, this is another variation I'm doing here. So make sure the chair's nice and solid. It's not going to slide. So you're arching a little bit, inhale. So that could be like an up dog pose, if you know your yoga. Exhale. That could be like a down dog without weight in the arms, as much weight in the arms and wrists. So 8 of them, roughly, 5 to 8. Inhale, try to stretch your belly and then lengthen out your lower back. So lengthening your belly in up dog or a variation of up dog. Exhale. Just a few more. Maybe try to go a little bit further as your body warms up into the stretches. Just make it feel good. I'll show you what up dog, down dog looks like if you want to do that. It's much stronger in your wrists. I really quite like it with the chair, especially good if you're a bit older and stiffer or a beginner. Last one. And then just hold down dog or hands on the seat for a few breaths. Really good. Just push the seat to the side. Grab your strap. This is so good, this shoulder mobility exercise for preventing rounded posture. So preventing going in that direction. So we're just doing this. And if you're more flexible, you go a bit further. Feeling that stretch in the shoulders. Don't force it. Inhale. Exhale. Check your alignment of your feet and then look straight ahead. Try to get that balance on the right and left side. Naturally, when we're young, we have flexible shoulders, so most young people will be able to do this easily. I'm not young anymore. I'm 53, but it's, yeah, I know it's pretty young, but depends, you know. If you're 70, 53 is young. If you're 30, 53 is old. So anyway, we're enjoying wherever we're at. We all know the only alternative to getting old is dying younger, so enjoy getting old because it's a privilege. Last one. Hold the stretch for a few breaths. Get that lift through the crown of the head. Equal weight in the feet. Flowing breath. And another great one is have the strap behind you, or fingers clasped if you're very flexible. Thumbs out, and then bring your feet a bit wider than hip width. Shoulders pull down and back, so make sure shoulders don't pull up. You actually got to, as I've already said, you've got to really work hard to keep your shoulders down. And inhale, gently arch your back, and then exhale. So if you're stiffer, that might be enough to get a stretch. Some people go a bit further, just to your edge, and then do a few of these. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, stretch forward. Come up, inhale, and come forward. Exhale. Make it feel good. And we'll do one more, and we'll hold the stretch forward. One more breath here. Make sure your core's on. Push down through your feet. Push forward through your hips coming up. And then one more with the strap. Standing. One more standing. Feet together. Reaching up. Inhale. Exhale. Side stretch. Inhale. Center. Exhale. Side stretch. Don't force. Make sure your muscles, if you're very bendy, make sure you've got the core muscles to control the lower and the lift. Some people need to pull back a bit from the stretch and go more into the strengthening. Very good. And then release the strap down. And then coming down to all fours. We're going to do an exercise to strengthen into our arms, chest, core, lower back and glutes. So a bit of a whole body strength exercise. And our wrists, inhale, exhale, reach away, opposite hand to foot. Inhale, all fours. Squeeze in all your deep muscles, lower ribs, belly and glutes. Reach. All fours, inhale. Reach, opposite hand to foot. Try to control it. Try not to shift off center. Try to keep your spine in the center so you're making it quite core. So imagine you have heavy weights tied around your wrists and your ankles, and you're having to lift a heavy weight. So even though you're not lifting heavy weight, just imagining you are, and you have to really squeeze deep muscles, especially when you're lower down. There's quite a bit of science showing that just visualizing, imagining you're lifting heavy weights is just almost as effective, or as effective as actually lifting heavy weights in building new muscle growth. So try to imagine you're really lifting a heavy weight and lowering a heavy weight here. So you can make this simple exercise really strong, just squeezing your deep muscles. You should be building heat. Make sure your head's not forward, holding your head up a bit. So you're also strengthening the back of the neck, not just the lower back. And then hold one side. 10, imagine really heavy weights having to hold up. 8, 7, 6, 5, squeezing, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower. Other side, reaching, hold, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Really good. Coming and putting one elbow down, and we're going to strengthen deep into our outer hip, waist, the sides of the neck as well. Exhale, lift your hips up and hold. 20, and if you're used to this, you do it with the straight legs. 10, sorry, not yet, 15. 10, holding your shoulders down. Don't let your shoulders pull up. Keep everything strong and lifted. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Into your other side. So remember, if you're a beginner, you keep your knees bent, lighter weights. But if you're experienced, you do the full side plank, shoulders down and holding your head up, and only do as much as you can with good technique that you're not jamming up your neck. 10 more counts. 3, 2, 1. You probably need more than that, so you might press pause and do that again, twice on each side. But we're just doing a little bit of core today, not too much. So next one is for the abs. So going to straighten one leg, inhale, knees together, exhale, straighten the other leg. Now again, imagine you have really heavy weights on your ankles and you try to really work hard to do this. And if your head's up, it's a bit harder. Don't hunch though. Squeeze your belly. Squeeze your belly. If you feel really strong, and you don't rush into the hard stuff, but if you are strong in these kind of exercises and you feel it's safe, if you rush into the hard stuff, you might strain your back. But if you feel ready, both legs at the same time is stronger. So either do a couple more on each side or a few with both legs together. Feeling deep muscles, deep abdominal core. Really good. Next one is windscreen wiper. It's just nice and loosening. So just have a look at it if you don't know this one. So you're just loosening up around your hips. It's really nice. Good. And then hugging your knees into your chest. When you exhale, try to hug your knees in a bit closer. Breathe into your belly. Hug your knees in a bit closer. Exhale. If you don't know rolling bridge, have a quick look first so you don't strain your neck too much. Try to look and then do it with your neck centered. Rolling up, bone by bone. Keep pushing your tailbone under or posterior tilting your pelvis so you lengthen your lower back, and then coming down, segment by segment, bone by bone. So let's do that. Inhale up into your bridge as high as you can go without straining your back. So keep pushing your pubic bone towards your breastbone. Coming down, let's exhale down. There's lots of breath patterns, and we'll just do inhale up. There's no wrong or right, there's different ways of doing things. So don't be confused if other yoga teachers teach different patterns of breathing or different ways of doing things. It's just lots of different, there's no confusion. It's just you can move in different ways, you can breathe in different ways, there's different effects. Try lots of different ways. Try not to get set in our ways as we're older with movement or even our thought patterns. We'll do one more and we'll hold bridge. To make bridge harder, if you want, push down into your heels a bit harder, squeeze your glutes a bit more. And if you feel really strong in your back, to make it really hard, keeping your hips up, straighten one leg. Take a few breaths. And then swap. You don't have to do this, don't rush into this. Both feet down for beginners. And then slowly come down, bone by bone. Great. And then bring your right hip into abduction. So you might need to have a quick look at what I'm doing so you know what I mean. Like that, and rocking from side to side. So we're just feeling a stretch in the outer hip, and it's good for your lower back too. And then swapping to your left hip in abduction, so you're actually stretching your abductors. Good, good, good. And then soles of the feet together, reach your arms up, so you're arching your lower back a little bit. Reaching your knees out. Supta Baddha Konasana is the Sanskrit name. And then bring the arms beside you, and then bring the feet out and the knees together. And this is internally rotating our thighs, our hips. Connected to steady breathing in and out through the nose, quiet, steady breathing. And then happy baby. Have a quick look if you don't know that one. I'm grabbing my big toe joints because they get stiff. One more deep breath in and out. And then rolling onto your belly into Sphinx pose or Cobra. So this is Sphinx. Bend into your lower back, middle back and neck. Your arms pulling towards your hips. Lifting your chest. Try to get a stretch into your belly. Try not to let your belly get stiff. If your belly gets stiffer, then your lower back and your breathing and your movement gets stiffer. And we all want to slow down aging, so clear on what we want. We want to feel our best. We want to make our old age the best time of our life and looking after our body. If you're a bit more flexible, if you feel like you need more stretch, Cobra. But don't rush into the hard stuff. I say it over and over and over because I see people always want to do the hard stuff. One more breath, inhale. And then if you can kneel, if you can't kneel, just go to there. Otherwise, try to sit all the way back and stretch forward. And then walk your hands one way, feeling a side stretch. And then the other way. And then centre up. If you prefer to have your arms forward, that's fine. Or you might try knees together, arms beside you. Traditional balasana, child's pose. Quite quietening down, calming effect. Just feel breathing into your back. Feel your body breathing in and out. Just focus on your body relaxing and breathing. One more breath. Push down through your hands, sitting up. And then sitting against the wall or sitting on a chair with a straight back. Or sitting in the middle of the room if you know how to sit comfortably. So no slouching. No leaning your head back into the walls. Just have your head in the right place on top of the spine. And then we're going to practice quiet breathing. 5 counts in, 5 counts out. Breathe in through your nose. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going. Doesn't matter if it's a little bit longer. Just slower than normal, quiet, slow, steady as you can. Just focused on that breath. Straight spine, heavy head in the right place. Usually the head needs to come back a bit. Staying focused. Slowing down is good for us. Patience, being more present. The world we live in is way too fast-paced, busy, stress. It's not healthy. Mentally, we could be much happier. We could have much more peace and deep joy, and we can work on this. Equally to our physical, our core strength, our balance, we can work on mental health, being a little bit more peaceful inside ourselves and joyful and connected in the present in our life. Just let your breath do whatever it wants. Just follow the natural breath as it is. There will be an echo from the practice. The last few minutes you can lie on your back in Shavasana, flat on your back, or you could put your legs up the wall or up on the seat of your chair, or you could have a prop under your bottom like a bolster. Continuing focusing on your natural breath, trying to hold our mind steady. From the yoga perspective, we have more peace when we're more present. From the neuroscience perspective, if you're holding your attention, if you're practicing focusing your mind, there's more activity in the higher brain, the prefrontal cortex. And this is where we see brain aging. So we're basically strengthening our higher brain, slowing down aging or degenerative changes in our brain. So it's a good thing to work on. So who doesn't want to have more peace, and who doesn't want to have a younger brain? So really, and you need to work quite hard to hold your attention. I find it's very hard. My mind's got a lot of things I could be, a lot of distractions, a lot of things I could be thinking about. Just following the breath is a great technique. Soft face, so 43 muscles in your face, relaxing all the little muscles. I'm just going to go on my back for the last few minutes. I love this pose, Shavasana. Feel like you're sinking down. If you need longer, press stop on your device. If you feel ready, move your body. When you're ready, roll to your side. Sitting up. Acknowledging your effort, your commitment, positive act towards your greater health, taking responsibility for your health. Self-care equals healthcare. And please become a patron on my YouTube channel, because then you will get extra content from me. And it's only $10 Australian a month. So it's very affordable for lots of good content to keep you feeling as good as you can feel into an old age.